So what money looks like to most people today is a control system through which money, the trade between us is manipulated. And from that control system, it has to get worse. And most people are pricing Bitcoin through, most Bitcoiners are pricing Bitcoin through that control system. So they're pricing Bitcoin in the piece of paper. And so they're very, very likely to get captured by that control system because they'll take more risk. They'll take more, or they'll think they're getting rich in the piece of paper because they're measuring their world in a piece of paper that is losing value at a crazy rate. And then they're going to sell their Bitcoin to somebody else, centralizing it to take a piece of paper, or to use the stablecoin, which all the stablecoin is a guaranteed loss coin, because it gains its stability by being pegged to a dollar that's losing value to Bitcoin. So, but you can see through this construct that most people are going to get caught. And you had to, but what would the free market value? What would we do well if in ego death? What would any entrepreneur do well? They would see what the pain would be caused, by looking forward under existing circumstances. They'd see most people getting caught in that pain, and they would provide a solution that frees those people. So that's all we do. And by the way, that's why the time spent in Bitcoin, living in this world, I can't believe what I get to see. I can't believe the amazing entrepreneurs I get to deal with. I can't believe all of the people that you get to spend time with, because those people are at the front edge. They're at the vanguard of this. I don't even call it a fight, right? It doesn't need to be a fight. They're just seeing the opportunity created by this nonsense, and they're exploiting that opportunity to deliver out value to somebody else. Like, we're fighting against somebody who can't fight with us. We're fighting. We're building a new world.
That's an interesting thought, because really, a lot of Bitcoiners, I think, look at it as a fight. Like, it's a fight to kind of change the old system. And that's really not what's happening, right? Like, what's happening is that human beings see Bitcoin when they figure it out. They go, oh, this is probably good for me. And they just adopt it because out of their own self-interest. And that is a self-feeding mechanism, right?
And then just carry that forward. So let's imagine before, if you were in Venezuela, right? And you just adopted the US dollar rather than the Bolívar. You'd be protected by the crushing devaluation in Venezuela, but you just now have a different piece of paper that was losing value too. And now let's imagine you built a business that was collecting more US dollars, right? Now you would not just escape, but you would be providing value to other people who wanted the same thing. And the only reason your business could be successful is if you were providing value for other people. Now do the same thing that every single person on the planet is living in Venezuela. They just don't know it. And you're living in Bitcoin. And move your time to building value on top of Bitcoin, and you can see where the world's going. And we're so early in where the world's going, so crazy early where the world's going, because most people are just storing it as an asset today inside the other system.
Right.
That you have almost infinite opportunity to provide value to other people because they don't know.
Right. Very exciting.
It's crazy. It's so exciting. I don't know why people complain. Like, the benefit right now, how early we are on this, is the staggering benefit, because most of your friends, most of the world kind of lives in this hellscape that is going to get worse.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I consider myself blessed, and I'm very grateful for even knowing about it and understanding it the way that I do at this point in history, because I agree with you. Like, the masses of people that are going to come to Bitcoin over the next decades is really mind-blowing. And to think that it's come as far as it has and we're just scratching the surface is really amazing.
We are so crazy early. So crazy early.
Yeah. I get the sense that there are more people, just regular people, that may not have ever thought about this stuff before, but because inflation in the fiat world has gotten so kind of difficult for people to deal with that they're starting to think about why it's happening. And I find that, at least it seems to me, that there's lots of people discovering this idea that fiat money printing and inflation may not be such a good thing for humanity after all.
Yeah, I think they're starting, like, the first thing is they start to see that whatever way they come to Bitcoin and understand it, some people go to gold to try to get out of it. But and I've said this many times, but an asset, about assets, the only reason they need an asset is because currency's always been broken. Right. When money is not broken, you don't need the asset anymore. You can store your money in money. The only reason you need an asset is it's telling you, it's screaming at you that money is broken, and you have to store your money somewhere else, in something else that is considered more safe than your money. It would seem like a crazy way to wire in the world. So, and and you could take this in every different area, and you and I had a talk where I won't out kind of who we talked to and what that looks like, but this is at the highest levels of all different military governments all over the world. The US can't win an authoritarian fight against China. You can't out-authoritarian. And so now you have this system that is two systems that are getting more and more centralized, more authoritarian, more control on both systems, trying to beat each other. And you can feel that tension, and people are taking sides. Which country is going to win that fight? Both are going to lose that fight. Right? The only way for the US to actually back to what created the US, the Constitution, individual rights and freedoms, is to actually be a free market. The only way to do that is through Bitcoin, and in not just Bitcoin, in collecting Bitcoin and the US dollar, Bitcoin as a global currency. If they did that, there is impossible for any nation to win against that. All people win, and the nations that go first at that will win more of it, because the free market is always more productive than any centralized market.
Need liquidity without having to sell your Bitcoin? For more than 6 years now, Ledn has been the trusted choice for Bitcoin-backed lending, with transparency, security, and trust at their core. I absolutely love these guys, and I personally not only have an account with them, but also a loan. And some of the key features that I love about Ledn is the fact that there are no monthly payments. You pay at the end of the term. You also have the ability to roll over the loan as well, and you can pay it back whenever you want. Essentially what they do is that they help their clients unlock the liquidity of their BTC, allowing you to HODL while still accessing the wealth of your Bitcoin. They've been battle tested with their focus on transparency, security, and trust, allowing them to build a proven track record of client success and security, helping tens of thousands of clients harness the value of their digital assets with confidence and peace of mind. Learn more about what your BTC can do for you today. Simply Bitcoin viewers get 0.25% off their first loan by using the link in the video/podcast description. What are you waiting for? Head over to ledn.io today.